Okay, Gemini, let's go ahead and see what is going on for you in December 2025. Show me Gemini. Everybody is getting this card. I heard you're not yourself, but I feel like that is you saying that to somebody else. I don't know why I heard that. The Page of Wands reverse. That's a hell of a hesitation, Gemini, in the beginning of December. The Sun reversed. You're not feeling, maybe it's you. Maybe you're not feeling like yourself, honestly. I mean, I hate to make it sound so negative, but you seem to have lost your fire a bit. Maybe something happened in November that has made you feel this way. You're not as expressive as you once were. You're procrastinating on things, and I'm not really sure why that is. It seems like you're really in your head. And you have new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. You need to speak up about what you want, what you need. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you are somebody who needs to make a TikTok account and talk about your thoughts, whatever it is. I think that there's a deep need for self-expression, but you're really not feeling it. And it's really just you being in your own head as opposed to actually having an external oppressor. Really, I'm not saying you haven't been oppressed or you don't have any oppressors, but I'm talking about when it comes to either creativity, self-expression, and confidence. It really is all about you and getting out of your head about something. For mid-December, King of Swords reversed, the Death reversed, the Three of Cups. You're clinging to the things that haven't changed. You're clinging on to them so hard that your nails are bending backwards and popping off of their nail beds. And I think it's because you feel a lack of clarity in regards to a past situation. And so I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to fill the spaces in which you do not have. So, like, let's say that there's a lack of closure in regards to some trauma or a relationship or whatever. You don't have certain answers for parts of those relationships or those times. So you're filling in the spaces with assumptions or more anxiety or maybe more worry. I think that you have a good support team around you. It says plan wisely, cultivate success through meticulous research and strategic plotting. Your foresight will unveil new paths. So it's asking you to be strategic. Now I'm seeing the Seven of Swords in my mind, but it's asking you to be more strategic, which is going to ask you to be logical and set your feelings aside about something. Because when it's like we're trying to plan ahead, when we're really trying to execute something, sometimes that means that we have to put our silly emotions or our deep feelings aside in order to accomplish said task. So I think that's really when you kind of need to lock in, Gemini, because there's going to be a full moon in your sign in the beginning. We have the King of Pentacles reverse. I'd be careful of anybody who's kind of a little bit of a leech, somebody who may be leeching off of you, okay? Be cautious with that. For some of you, that can be you as well. If it's not that, it kind of feels like, to me, it's like you're hiding under a blanket. And then because of that, not literally, but like metaphorically, you're hiding under this blanket. You don't want to look at the world. You don't want to look at what's going on. And you're missing opportunities because of it in the process. Sagittarius, it's asking you to be optimistic. It's asking you to be more optimistic. It's asking you to explore your options. It's asking you to be malleable. It's asking you to have the faith in regards to something. But, whatever this is that's kind of hitting you, it's causing you to hide away from the world or to dim yourself or to be more quiet or whatever, when I feel like you need to speak up about something. So let's go ahead and clarify. Tell me about that Eight of Swords for the beginning of December for Gemini. The Six of Swords. You're not really sure whether or not to move on from something. Because it's almost as if you are giving your power away to something or someone else. And that someone or something else is the only reason that you're going to be able to resolve said thing. This is the only way you're going to be able to move on, is if you get closure, or if somebody else does this one thing, then you can finally move on. It's like, no, not really. I mean, to be honest with you, because I think that's, like I said, I do think that's what you're doing in the month of December. This seems to be a theme where you are kind of creating your own scenarios, or you're trying to fill the void, you know, where you have the empty spaces in your life or in the past. But you don't need to do that. Sometimes it's just really about just, well, who knows? Because it's like, I think that you already have a pretty good sense of what has been going on, or what is going on in your life. Like, you have a pretty good intuitive nudge. But it's like, I don't know. It's almost like you knew something was going to happen. I feel like you kind of knew or had an inkling that something was going to happen. And now you're kind of like, oh, like it happened. And it's like, yeah, trust yourself. You know, tell me about that Page of Wands reversed. Tell me about that Page of Wands reversed for the beginning of December for Gemini. Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah, it's that feeling of being held back. Wanting a new start, wanting a brand new start, feeling like somebody's yanking your chain backwards where you can't even do it. And you're heartbroken. You know, you're heartbroken, maybe because it can be because you get some kind of negative news, to be honest with you. Or it's that you're heartbroken from a past situation and you're just kind of procrastinating. You're procrastinating because it's like you have this thing that feels like a weight on your chest, and you're letting it do exactly that, become a weight on your chest. And what you don't realize in the moment is that it now, because you have allowed it to become a weight on your chest, you've allowed it to become a weight on everything else. You know what I'm saying? And we've all done that. Oh my God, I know so much on how this feels. I know very much about how this feels. I can be heartbroken and like not get shit done for like 2 months. You know what I mean? What's the advice for this? The Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about learning, communication, right? We saw this. Communication, opening up your mind, exploring, being curious. It's asking you to do these things. So don't be afraid to explore, Gemini. Tell me about that Sun reversed for Gemini. The Hermit. Yeah, you're definitely going within. You know, I think that you have a lot of things to think about, especially when it comes to what you want versus how you have sold yourself short in order to get said thing, and then ended up not really even getting it in the first place. Like, don't sell yourself short. Don't compromise so much that your spine snaps. But these are all things that you're learning. And I really want you to be cautious as well, because you could be feeling kind of down in the dumps in the beginning of December, and you may try to fill a void or fill the empty spaces by seeking out attention that is just attention. It's not really truly valuable. I see 222 on the clock. See 222 on the clock. But you're thinking about it though. Like, you're thinking about these things. And you're thinking about the future, and you're thinking about who you are, and you're thinking about how you have sold yourself short for love or for whatever. Tell me about that King of Swords reverse. The Star. Okay. I think that you have a lot of hopes and dreams, right? Like, There's your north, it's your North Star. It's what you have faith in. And it's like, I think you do have faith in it come mid-December. Like something's reinstating your faith, and it's really, really good, right? It feels good. And it can be because of a relationship or because of a connection that helps you see the reality of your situation in a way that actually does not harm you or hinder you, but it makes you see it in a way that's like, you know what, you're absolutely right. I can do this, or I can do that. And the only thing is you don't really have a plan. Like you don't know how to execute it or go about it. And again, this is about planning wisely, you know? And Gemini, maybe it's that you need to, maybe you need to talk to ChatGPT, you know, like don't sleep on AI. I know, I get it. Like I get it. Okay. But you can use AI as a really helpful tool to help you with things like, you know, your nutrition plan, your meal preps regarding your budget and your nutritional goals. You can have it make a weekly schedule for you if that's what you want. Like, you know, so ask ChatGPT how you can execute said plan in however many months or weeks or whatever it is. Like, you got this, I'm telling you. Tell me about that death reversed. The Queen of Wands. If you don't pick up that crown that you left somewhere or that you let somebody take from you, I will have an aneurysm. It's like this at some point I feel like you guys became a little bit of a shell of yourself in some way. Like something happened along the way where little bits and pieces of you crumbled and were just kind of falling behind you on the floor. And you remember that person. You remember who you used to be. And you kind of feel like that person isn't really there anymore. But what if I said a better person can emerge? Like you may be of the notion where you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm never going to have that level of success again, or, you know, I'm never, well, what is success to you? Maybe it's about redefining success and redefining leadership in your life. Like I used to think that success was like being able to get, this was in my 20s, get as many people as I possibly could to be attracted to me at the bar. Everyone's attracted to everybody at the bar. Everyone's drunk, you know. Now that I'm sober, right? 6 years sober, success looks different to me. Are my children happy? Yes, success. Did I write today? Success, you know? Because I don't think that that piece of you is lost. I think you just need to redefine it. Tell me about that 3 of Cups. The World reversed. I think that some people are going to come out of the woodworks that you don't expect. Like people from your past and good people. Like people that want the best for you. Look, I remember I told you, whoa, okay. I saw the 7 of Swords. This is when the strategy happens. This is when the behind the scenes strategy happens. And I think that you're going to find that help through other people. Because there's somebody that you have unfinished business with, or people that you may have unfinished business with, that are coming back around, that is going to plant a seed in your head that is going to help you strategize and accomplish what you want to accomplish. Bet. Watch how much you want to bet. And then it's interesting that we have new moon in Gemini, or the Gemini card oracle here in the beginning, because we're having that full moon in Gemini on the 4th. And then at the end of December, we have Sagittarius. We're having a new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th. So I think that's kind of interesting. So I think that these lunations are going to be very important for you. Tell me about that King of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed. I don't feel like this is you, in my opinion. Like, this is really about questioning. If I give my energy to this, is it going to be of value to me? Is it going to be of use to me? Or is this going to be a waste of my time? And you're asking yourself, like, what is worth your time and what is not? You know, maybe you're trying to date or something, and some guy or girl asks you out, and then like, you know, you realize they're just going out with like everybody, you know, and like it's not really a compliment that they find you attractive, right? Because they're messing with everybody or whatever. And you're just kind of like, yeah, no, you know, I think that I'm good. I think I'm going to go ahead and explore my options, because you're learning what your value is and what you put value in. We have the Two of Swords here. Tell me about that Two of Swords. The Hierophant. Oof. Walking away from what no longer serves you. The positive thing about the Ten of Swords card is that there's nowhere to go but up, you know? And I think that you guys are really trying to figure out like what you want in a relationship, maybe what you want to learn. You're trying to decide what you want to learn. You're maybe trying to figure out what your belief systems are, you know? So this feels like a rebuild. It feels like you're rebuilding more than anything else. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Three of Wands reversed. Ten of Cups reversed, Knight of Cups reversed. If you feel like something does not have the legs to build on or whatever, like I don't think that you're going to deal with it. You're really figuring out what is worth your time and what is not. And again, I think that you're redefining your foundation as a whole. And the foundation starts with you. Who are you? What do you want? What do you believe in? What do you value? What do you believe your value is? All of these things. What's your belief systems? What's your morals? You know, all of these things are getting a redo, which is going to change your life externally. And hopefully for the better. So I think a little bit of strategy and a lot of bit of optimism is going to go a long way for you, especially in the month of December and the year of 2026. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you guys so much. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website at violettaalexis.com. All of the information is in the description box below. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Merry Christmas.